All right, so we're going to get into the content editor of WordPress now. So if I'm on Pages on my dashboard, I come here to add new, I'll create a new page. And the first thing I'll do is give it a title. So we'll call this our About page. Now it's really important to understand the concept of blocks when you're using the WordPress editor. So previously in the history of content management systems, this content editor would have been just kind of like a blank page, like a Microsoft Word page where you would type and format as you go. And increasingly, the trend is to think about a page like this as a series of blocks, and blocks are different kinds of content. So here I can click plus and it's asking me what kind of block do I want to add. So let's add a paragraph block. And we can say this is a paragraph, and now we can add another block underneath that. Okay, so I can go here to add a block, and let's say I want to add an image block. Okay, so a really nice thing about content management systems is I now no longer have to think about where my images are and how I'm linking to them. I'll just upload an image. So I've got my picture of a raccoon, and it's going to insert it for me. I don't have to think about what the SRC of the image or anything is, and I can give it a caption if I want. This raccoon is coming up for air. And then I could add another block here. So maybe I want another paragraph, or maybe I want a quote, okay? So, I love the sewer, says Mr. Raccoon. And this is how I'm going to think about my page. And as I'm editing my page, I'm also going to be previewing it. So anytime I'm working in WordPress, really what I want is this backend or the dashboard open, and then I want the blog open or the site open here so that I can look at my changes and see, okay, this is what my page is going to look like. There's a lot of different kinds of blocks that you'll just have to play with, right? You can add audio, you can add this thing called a cover block, various kinds of headings, and you can search for blocks. So let's say I want to add a video. I can add a YouTube, right? I have a lot of different options here that you'll have to go through. Other things you should know is there's a columns block. So let's say I want 2 columns of content. I now have 2 columns and I can put a block in either of these. So if you've used something like Bootstrap, this is kind of familiar, where maybe I want a paragraph here, and maybe I want an image right here. Okay, so I can upload another image. And again, I can work, preview, see, do I like how this is looking? And finally, when I get ready, I will publish the page. So the page is not visible, it's not on the site until I hit publish and actually make it live. So this is really nice if you're working with other people. Say you want to have somebody review your work, or you want to review somebody else's work before it's allowed to be live on the site. I'm not going to cover every single block here, but I do want to point out that there is a gallery block. And so this this creates a like a grid of images. So if we insert the gallery here, I've got options. These are my options for how blocks will be displayed. Okay, so the alignment can be center, right, wide, and there's also an option for full width. Okay, one thing to keep in mind as we start talking about themes is that how these different display options work will kind of depend on the theme you're using. So this is a full width, and if I preview it, I can see, does this theme support full width content? And it turns out it does. So this can look really nice and add a lot of variation to your site. You just need to really make sure that you're always previewing and checking how it looks, because I might install a theme where this doesn't work as well.